Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is practice exercise 7 in our SolidWorks Beginner Series. If you're just starting out or looking to sharpen your 3D modeling skills, you're in the right place. We'll go step by step through the basics and build simple 3D models together. On our channel, we consistently upload tutorials, tips, and tricks to help you keep improving your CAD skills. We also cover different CAD software, so you can explore new tools and workflows as you learn. And if you ever have a question or get stuck, feel free to drop a comment. I'll be happy to help. Now, open SolidWorks and let's get started. Alright, this is the starting interface. Since we're going to create a 3D model, let's begin by opening a new part file. You'll see the Welcome dialog box on the screen. From here, you can open a new part file by clicking on Part. And that's it. You're now in the part modeling environment and ready to start designing. Before we start modeling, let's take a quick look at the drawing to understand the key dimensions for the base feature. Here, you can see there are two solid features. One is slotted and the other is cylindrical. Both include cut features. The slotted portion has two cuts of different sizes or widths, while the cylindrical portion has a through-all hole at its center. Now, let's move on to check the key dimensions for the base profile. Remember, all dimensions in this drawing are given in millimeters. The slot feature is at the bottom, so we'll start by creating that first. In this model, we're simplifying a few features. Specifically, we're only focusing on the through-all cuts for now. So let's recall the key dimensions that will help us create the model accurately. The main slot has a center-to-center length of 30 millimeters, with a radius of 12 millimeters. Next, we have another slot that represents the through-all cut. Its length is 6 millimeters, and its radius is 3 millimeters. And finally, there's another through-all cut feature, a circular hole with a diameter of 10 millimeters. This cut goes all the way from the top surface down to the bottom, so we'll include it directly in the base profile. Keep these dimensions in mind and sketch the closed profile exactly as shown in the drawing. Before we start modeling, let's take a quick moment to make sure our unit system is set to millimeters. Since all dimensions are in millimeters, this small step ensures our design stays consistent and accurate. Now let's start by creating the base feature. Go to the Sketch tab and click on the Sketch tool. You'll see the three default planes appear. Select the top plane to set it as our sketching plane. Now let's start by creating the base profile. Under the Sketch tab, select the Straight Slot tool. Click once on the origin to set the starting point. Then move your cursor to the right. When the horizontal constraint symbol appears, click again to place the endpoint. And drag your cursor vertically and click to specify the width of the slot. You'll notice the Straight Slot tool is still active, so let's create another slot from the end of the previous one. Click on the endpoint of the first slot to set the starting point. Move horizontally to the left to a certain distance, then click to place the endpoint, and drag your cursor vertically and click to specify the width of the slot. Now we'll add a circular hole at the start of the sketch. Activate the Circle tool. Click on the origin to define the center, and sketch a circle over it. Now let's add the dimensions. Activate the Smart Dimension tool. Set the center-to-center length of the first slot to 30 millimeters and set its radius to 12 millimeters. Then set the center-to-center length of this second slot to 6 millimeters and its radius to 3 millimeters. Finally, set the diameter of the circle to 10 millimeters. Once all the dimensions are applied, the sketch should now be fully defined. Now let's turn this 2D sketch into a 3D model. Go to the Features tab and select Extruded Boss Base. Under the Direction 1 drop-down, choose Blind and set the extrusion depth to 6 millimeters. Confirm with the green tick, and that's it. The base feature is complete. From here, we'll continue building the rest of the part step by step. Now, let's add an extruded feature on the top surface of the base. Let's take a quick look at the drawing to understand the key dimensions for the cylindrical feature. We'll start this feature from the top surface of the base. Here are the key dimensions. As shown in the drawing, you can see the circular cut feature already created with a diameter of 10 millimeters. Now, to continue from that, we'll add a circular extruded feature with a diameter of 24 millimeters and an extrusion depth of 10 millimeters, while continuing that circular cut. Keep these dimensions in mind and sketch the closed profile exactly as shown in the drawing. Let's get started. First, go to the Sketch tab. Click on the Sketch tool, and then select the top surface of the base. This will set it as our sketching plane. Here, we're going to convert the existing cut profile sketch that will continue in this feature. From the Sketch tab, select the Convert Entities tool, and click to select the circular profile from the cut feature. After selecting the circular profile, confirm with the green tick. You'll notice that the converted circle stays fixed in position, means it's already fully defined. Now, from the Sketch tab, select the Circle tool and draw a circle on the same center point of the converted circle to make it concentric with it. Now let's define the dimensions. Set the diameter of the circle to 24 millimeters. Once all the dimensions are applied, the sketch should now be fully defined. Next, go to the Features tab and select Extruded Boss Base. Under the Direction 1 drop-down, choose Blind and set the extrusion depth to 10 millimeters. Then, confirm with the green tick. And that's it. The cylindrical feature is now created. Now let's move on to cut the slot on the top of the base. Let's take a quick look at the drawing to understand the key dimensions for the slot cut on the base feature. Here are the key dimensions. You'll notice that this slot cut is placed on the same slot that we created in the base profile sketch, and its center-to-center length is also the same 6 millimeters. But the radius for this slot is 6 millimeters, and it's cut with an extrusion depth of 2 millimeters. Now keep these dimensions in mind and sketch the slot exactly as shown in the drawing. Let's get started. Go to the Sketch tab and select the Sketch tool. Now select the top surface of this slotted base. This will set it as our sketching plane. Next, from the Sketch tab, select the Straight Slot tool. Move your cursor over this slot cut arc, and when the arc's center point appears, click once to set the first point of the slot. Then, move your cursor to the opposite arc of the slot cut, and when its center point appears, click again to set the end point. Finally, move your cursor vertically and click to define the width of the slot. And now you can see the slot's center-to-center length is fixed to the same length as the cut slot. Now let's add the dimensions. Set the arc radius to 6 millimeters. Once the dimension is applied, the sketch should now be fully defined. Next, go to the Features tab and select the Extruded Cut tool. Under the Direction 1 drop-down, choose Blind and set the extrusion cut depth to 2 millimeters. Once everything looks good, confirm with the green tick. And that's it. The slot cut is now created. Now let's move on to the cutout on the cylindrical feature of the base. Let's take a quick look at the drawing to understand the key dimensions for this rectangular cut on the top edge of the cylindrical feature. As you can see, this rectangular cut starts from the top edge of the cylindrical feature and cuts through from the right side of the model. Here are the key dimensions. The length of the rectangle is 6 millimeters, and the width is 3 millimeters. This cut goes through all from the right side of the model, and make sure it's centered properly on the cylindrical feature. Keep these dimensions in mind and sketch the closed profile exactly as shown in the drawing. Let's get started. Go to the Sketch tab and select the Sketch tool. Now, click the small arrow to open the Feature Manager tree flyout, and from there, select the right plane. This will set it as our sketching plane. From the Sketch tab, select the Corner Rectangle tool. Click once on the top edge to place the first point, then move your cursor diagonally downward and click again to set the end point. Now, apply the vertical constraint to keep the sketch centered. Hold down the Control key, then select the midpoint of the horizontal line and then origin. Then apply a vertical constraint. You'll see the sketch snap to the center. Now let's define the dimensions. Set the length of this horizontal line to 6 millimeters. Next, set the vertical line to 3 millimeters. Once all these dimensions are applied, the sketch should now be fully defined. Next, go to the Features tab and select the Extruded Cut tool. Under the Direction 1 drop-down, select Up to Surface and choose the cylindrical face as the reference surface. Next, select the Direction 2 checkbox. Under the Direction 2 drop-down, again select Up to Surface and choose the cylindrical face as the reference surface. Once everything looks good, confirm with the green tick. And that's it. Our model is now complete. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next practice exercise. You can also check the playlist for more 3D modeling tutorials and keep improving step by step. See you in the next one!